slide up in here because you think I'm sleeping and take my baby. But that was the other side of the compassionate and the mercy and the beneficence. And so I say that to say that, you know, we define hip hop as being truth without boundaries. And the detox is to remove the poison. And at the root of all poisons are lies, half-truths, and myths. And so, and what we're talking about, we're discussing really a battle plan, because God is a man of war, but you're going to war against falsehood, false ideas, false concepts, and they're spread everywhere. And our children get it everywhere. And when I say children, everybody, some of y'all already know this, but there's first, second graders that are on websites that would make you more than blush to look at what they're watching, and they're first and second graders. But because the babysitter now is the laptop or the phone or whatever, our children for the last probably 10, 15, some odd years have been exposed to things that you couldn't imagine. Which means now we have to embrace not only manhood, but just holistically being a human being that's striving to reflect the highest of principles, the highest of moral precepts. Because the reality is that since the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, if you don't agree with how they rocking it, then you got to stop them from rocking it, because they're not going to stop it. As much as we talk about the school to prison pipeline, as much as we talk about sex trafficking, as much as we talking about all the different things that happen in the hood, the reality is that these are industries that make money off of this. And Brother Fred communicated, this is not by accident, however, we can be intentional. So whatever they plan, but the Most High is the best of planners. And if we are in harmony with the Most High, then it affects the way I speak to my brothers, it affects the way I speak to my sisters, it affects the way I speak to myself. Because lastly, I'll say this, a lot of times we're dealing with our youth, when you don't identify self-hatred in them, I don't care if you try to teach them coding, you trying to teach them how to, run a drone and do digital photography. If you don't like you, yeah, you talking about all the haters you got, all the ops you got. But if you don't like you, you don't love you, then all the drama that goes on that they get involved in, they'll come home and commit suicide. Whether it's a slow form of suicide or a fast way. But they'll do that because they don't have no real understanding of who they are, whose they are, why they're here. I think you're talking about purpose. To me, that's spiritual. It ain't religious, that's spiritual. Just as I say it's spiritual, my brother, I still want to know your name. Because your name is the name that connects to creation. I don't know the language and all that, but I do know the value. I'm learning still the value of having a name that connects you to the Creator. And how much of a blessing it is, because most of us, we don't know that. So we have the attributes, but we don't have a name to connect to. So I just want to let you know that that's part of the village, body. Okay? And I'll just say peace to everybody, and for those who